Guess who forgot to go live at the right time? I was too busy trying to fix Giant's editor. Well done me. I'm going to turn the music down slightly, because it is quite loud for me. Where's the window with the music? No, that's not the right one. That's the right one. There we go. Got so many windows today. I don't have chat enabled on screen. I do have it enabled for me, so I can read everything you see. Again, I'm talking to chat. I should be talking to the webcam, which is actually too low today because I still have it set up for Project Cars. Well done me. Now it's too high. That'll do. That'll do for today. I'll fix it properly for tomorrow. So we're working on the Duneske today, and if you were around before the stream, you would have seen. Hey Pedro, if you're around just before I went live, or kind of as I was fiddling about, you would have seen this. Hey Red, I've taken a screenshot of the map. Also, my now playing is not showing. There we go. Working on the stream as I go along. So yes, I have everything set up like a proper stream-ish, so that I look somewhat professional at least. All I need now is a green screen so I can just hover, and then like a green t-shirt so that I can just be a floating head. That'd be fun. So I got my generic Kevin McLeod playlist playing today. My jazz one will be going on tomorrow again for Fallout. That's going to be a thing. Do I actually need to go the entire... Oh, do need to go the entire length down here. So, I do intentionally have the nav speed set low, just before anybody says, oh, your nav speed is super low. That's intentional. Need the terrain detail, foliage layer. It's a tad big. Yes, I can scale that. I have to open that a bit more. That better? Hey Farming Donkey. I can scale everything on the fly because of OBS. That's why I love it. Oh, that's much better. I'm just looking at the player now. That is much better. Good call, Pedro. I thought it was fine. It's fine on the countdown scene, but yeah, you're right. It is a bit big on the main scene. So, what on earth were we doing here last week? Move to the other side so it's not covering the buttons. Yeah, actually that makes sense. Dang it! Just gonna put it on my face. Oops. There. Hey Summer. It's perfect now. And I've just moved it to the other side. Oh, it's gonna stay over there. It's gonna stay up in that corner because that actually kind of makes sense for it to be up there. Oh, can I do this actually? Oh no, it's gonna rescale it, never mind. I was gonna stretch it so it crosses the entire screen, but that's just not gonna work. So it looks like we were trying to fiddle with this road. It's more perfect, yes. It's the perfectest now. It's gonna stay like that. It's gonna probably move for Fallout again. I need to create scenes for every individual game at this point. Because you can't see OBS, but my god is it a mess. I swear I said hello to you, Red. I'm so sorry. I think Pedro might have distracted me just as I was saying hello. Hey, Geek. Everybody's showing up today because it's Saturday, and it's the Duneske day, which is gonna be the dull day of the week. Because this is the day where I just obsess over terrain and perfect placement of roads. So, I'm sorry if you expect something super exciting. It's gonna be very chat heavy. It's gonna be very chat heavy today. Tomorrow's the more chill stream where I play Fallout and kind of screw about a bit. I probably didn't say hello. I'm gonna blame myself here. Is the music okay, by the way? I don't want it to be too loud and drowning me out. That's why I gotta turn down a bit. I also don't want it coming through my mic. It's kind of coming through my mic, but it's not too bad through the mic. It's always the problem when I've got something playing is the microphone is like right in front of the speakers. And... oh, it's tilted slightly. Hang on. That should fix some of the issues. Music sounds fine. Good. Unfortunately, I can't hear my own stream, which is problematic. Why is the music stopped? Oh, the cannery has like that has a really stupid long. How long have I been working on the roads? In hours, I have no idea. In time, a couple of months. When the map is released, how is it likely to be heavy on PC requirements? Probably. I mean, I'm gonna be doing a lot of detail work. I'm not really cutting many corners when it comes to the roadways, which can cause some issues. But I will make hopefully a second version of this map. Well, I'll release two simultaneous versions. One will be full spec, heavy stuff, where I'll have things like foliage set quite high, and the second version will be a slightly lighter spec, where I'll reduce the foliage densities a bit to more sane levels, but the version that I'll be playing with will be the stupid high spec version, because I can see I'm building the main version for my own PC, so I can handle pretty much anything farm sim can throw at me and get 30 plus frames a second. I do know people do have issues with super high spec maps, so I will try and lower the intensity a bit if I can on a secondary release version. And if FSUK won't host both versions, I'll host the I'll put the high spec version on Dropbox or something, and just put the lower spec version on FSUK, because I don't want to use Mod Hoster. FSUK is going to be the launch platform or the hosting platform I use, because I trust FSUK more, and they're probably going to give me like silver standard because you know, I haven't bribed them or something. The FSUK testing process is stupid, I must admit, because a lot of the gold and silver. There's a. How do you get rid of trees? You cut them down. See you later, farming donkey. You've just shown up and okay. That's mildly confusing. Yeah, if you're in game, you can cut it down. If it's one of those annoying, irritating trees that can't be cut down, which I know many map makers use because they're slightly lower poly than FS15 trees, you have to go into Giant Editor and select it and delete it. Yeah, you have to. I'll show you actually. I'm not going to delete a road, but select it like this, just hit delete button, it'll go away. And now I've got that road selected forever. Good. Why is that specific spot just not behaving? No, I've got it to behave at least. Kind of. Oh, it needs a bit more beefing up behind, I think. Yes, it needs some beefing up back here. It's not actually that edge is the issue. That's... That's goodish. That's alright there. This is the stuff that I would, if I was making a video of this, I'd do this a 2-hour session and then just like speed up all of this, because this is, I will admit, this is quite dull to watch. It's not the most exciting thing in the world to do either, but there's necessity versus entertainment. And I know there are people, because I got a lot of questions last week. When are you going to start putting in buildings? How long until you start putting in buildings? To be honest, the buildings aren't the important. The map is based in County Tipperary. I should have... Is that the... Yes. The map is based... Where's that field? Right here. Care County Tipperary. You're here for the chat. Yep, that's kind of the reason I'm doing this. This is the map. In real life. Now obviously I'm making some artistic decisions, we'll say, with the roads. In that every field is going to have a laneway leading into it. Other than that, well, the main road is real. The fields are all in the real positions, mostly. They may differ in shape and size from the real ones, but that's where it's kind of based, and I'm just making everything else up as I go along. So, because most of this area is... Where's a good example? This is a cattle yard. Most of this area is all cattle. Like, you can see the cattle in the field there. There's another field up here with cattle. Another one there. Another one there. It's all cattle in this area. Your granddad came from County Meath. This is actually based a few kilometres from my house. It's based on the other side of town, but it's not too far from my house, and there's actually an area I walk to when I go for one of my long walks, which are rare in the winter because screw getting frozen just to get some exercise. I'm one of these people who are like, I'll exercise in the summer, then eat during the winter. Although I've noticed that when I'm streaming I eat a ton less, so this is technically part of my weight loss regime. I need to close Spotify so that I don't accidentally start it up like I did last week. It is actually a nice area. It's very picturesque. Like, if I just throw the Street View dude down here, this is actually just over the railroad, over the railway. You can see it's kind of flat, but off in the distance you can just about make them out. There are lovely mountains. This area is actually surrounded by mountains. We've got 3 or 4 different mountain ranges in the area, and in America they'd be hills, I'll be honest. But in Ireland they're counted as mountains because we have no real mountains as such. Will it be courseplay friendly? No. I'll try and get some courses made and put them into a Google Drive somewhere. But in general, not so much. I'm going Colborough style, Bullet Bill style with the hedges. So in theory you can courseplay the living daylights out of the map, but in practice it's going to be not exactly friendly with courseplay. Because this is going to be the map that replaces Nuston on the channel. If, you know, I get it done before Nuston comes to a natural ending. I do have plans for maps to replace Nuston if that'd be courseplay friendliness would be good. You see, I'm building it kind of for my own playstyle, so this is going to be the map that replaces Nuston. And if you watch Nuston, you'll know that I'm not courseplay heavy at all. Mainly because of the issues I'm having on the big farm with courseplay. So this is just... I'm building it for my playstyle, but I will be releasing it so you guys can play along or do whatever you like with it. I think maps need collisions on hedges. What is the spec of my PC? High. Very high. GTX 980, 32 gig RAM, i7 4790K at, I think, 4 point something gigahertz. Has the start button crashed again? I can't check the specs of my PC because my start menu is crashed. See, Red. By the way, if you use Windows 10, there is a way to fix the start menu not working issue, which I thought Microsoft did. Oh dear. What on earth? My entire computer just jammed up. No, that's that's phone companion. No, that's not what I want. This PC. Move this over here. Computer. I'll check the system properties. Oh, I'm running at 4 gigahertz. I thought it was 4 point something. You've never had that issue. It's one that seems to happen very rarely, but when it does, it's irritating as hell, and then it just keeps happening. If it happens, you just need to go into your what's this thing called? This thing. Task Manager. And intentionally crash Windows Explorer. You have to restart Windows Explorer. So you have to force close it and get it running again. There's a big mound just over here that's not quite right. I just moved the big mound. Hey, Bob. Two of you haven't had that problem yet. Most of the people I know IRL and talk to who have Windows 10 have had that issue. And I've had it several times. But all you have to do is restart Windows Explorer. Just force close it and restart it. This big bump here is getting on my nerves. Am I just making things worse by doing this? I'm just making things worse by doing this. You're quitting your YouTube channel and starting a new one. Why are you doing that, Geek? Is it because of the issues you were talking about the other day? Or is it something entirely different? Because if it's the stuff that was happening the other day, that's not a reason to quit YouTube. Or quit. What version do I use? Of Windows 10? I don't know. What's the most updated version? I upgraded from 8.1 when, shortly after I built this thing. So I had to buy Windows 8.1 because version of Windows 7 I had was pirated. I was a very naughty person a few years ago. Half of my PC was pirated. Dude, Geek, don't just... You know there's a block button. As in Home or Pro. Home, I believe. I think. I'm pretty sure it's Home. Because I upgraded from Windows 8.1 Home. I don't see the point of using Pro unless I'm doing nothing but business stuff on this PC. Which I'm not. You didn't like the roads on Braeborn Lees. Yeah, that's an issue most people have. Even OEB modding have changed the roads on Braeborn Lees, and they tend to leave maps mostly intact. Those roads are terrible. I mean, the map is really good, but the roads are atrocious. You're on Pro, maybe that's why. It could be. But from what I heard, it's just a random error in Windows 10. My nose was being a jerk. Where's me box of tissues? Down there. Why is it down? Oh yeah. You like the roads? Yeah, I'm one of the people who, if I end up playing Braveborn Lees, which is kind of a backup map, should Duneske not be ready. You found a leaked map. I don't approve of that at all. I do not approve of people leaking maps or mods. Because the mod author, the reason they're private is either because the mod author does not want people getting their hands on it yet, or because they're not ready, or because, you know, the mod author has no intention of ever releasing the map or the mod. I really don't think they should be leaked. He's cancelled them. Yeah, knew that'd come. You see, that's why I'm being so that's why I'm showing off Duneske and being like, this is what the maps do, this is what the map will look like. I will release it when it's done. Until such a point, it is very much private, and when it comes to the point where I'm testing it, I'll be asking for you guys to help. But if I find out somebody shared it, and I will try and put something into the mod that'll let me know who has shared it. If that happens, that person will be just flat out banned from the channel. Because if I give you Duneske for testing, well, you'd expect people to have some respect for modders. That's exactly why so many people have quit the community. I mean, it's a toxic community at best at this point. And, you know, him handing it out to people is not an excuse to distribute the map freely. He handed it out to people to test it. Just because he handed it out to a lot of people doesn't mean it should be put onto a website somewhere. I've even seen people say that on Facebook. It's like, oh well, he put it up. They put it up on Dropbox, so that means we can host it on modhub.us, which is the scummiest website I've seen in a long time, because it's literally all just mods that shouldn't be up. They're either stolen or, oh dear, I've screwed this up, haven't I? They're stolen, or they're just taken from another website, or they're supposed to be private. Even mod hosts are starting to get that way, I think. FSUK is the only one I truly respect still. Anyone know how much G27 costs? No idea, because you asked them to move them out of yours. Modhub.us? Yep, that's the way they work. There was a point where he kept showing off and basically, look at me in my private map. I did that with Nuston, my version of Nuston. Like, it is a private map and I show it off. But I clearly say, look, if you want this version of the map, you can do it yourself. I did some very basic edits to Nuston. Didn't change the damn thing, really. What am I doing here? What on earth is this? 30 meters -5. I want to just shrink down, use your attributes here. There we go, that's much more comfortable. Not in the same way. I still don't approve of the thought process there at all. Because essentially doing that is just taking away his hard work on the map. I mean, I'm openly saying Duneske is private until such a point as it's released. And if it does get leaked or whatever, it's going to be cancelled. It's just flat out going to be cancelled. I'm going to stop working on the map and I'm not going to make another one. Because if that's the way I'm treated, I'm not gonna bother. I will put some stuff on FSUK saying exactly what my preferences with the map are. Saying, like, if you edit the map, much like Vittoria says, talk to me, and if you want to release an edit of the map, hey, hit me up. I'll make sure it works. If it fits kind of my idea of what a good edit is, it's functional and doesn't break anything, I wouldn't have any issues with people releasing Duneske edits once this map is done. Because realistically, editing a map is the best way to learn how to make a map. I still think it's disrespectful. There's no excuse for, you know, essentially throwing away somebody's hard work. It's why I'm keeping so much of the other, like the top secret project so close to my chest. Number one, I actually can't talk about it, I'm under an NDA. Number two, even if I could, I'd keep a lot of stuff secret because there were issues with another similar project stealing ideas from us because we took on somebody who wasn't trustworthy. Luckily, the project that stole ideas was a massive flop, and we were learning from it. So, in a way, we're glad that it happened, but it shouldn't have happened in the first place, and we should have. Realistically, we should have been one of the ones to fail, because they were our ideas in the first place. Then again, they were badly implemented, so it's hard to decide. You agree with me partially on the fact that it is just plain taking this guy's hard work and throwing it away. I mean, he might have been a bit of a twat about it, but that's still not an excuse. Well, it's still not a reason. It's an excuse, but it's not a reason. I mean, you guys are saying... Now, I don't know what the quality of the map is. But you guys are seeing, and this is the part of the reason why I'm doing this, all the hard work that goes into making a map to a reasonably high standard. The person who did the map has now released it on Facebook. Oh, that's not as bad then. But yeah, you're seeing how much work is going into making a map. I mean, I'm less than, probably about halfway done with the roads, I would think. So still plenty of time left for this. What do I want to do here? Because there's a funky double slope going on. Just gonna shoot it out straight for a second and see what happens. 20 meters should do. Oh yeah, I can't even copy the, I can copy this. Okay, let's get this lined up somewhat. And this is almost just to make sure the next section is in the right place, because I don't think I'm going to use a 20 meter road section here. I might use 1 or 5, but that's the website. If the website has put up a leaked version, it's going to be one of those websites that'll never take it down because they're scummy. How much of that is? Because I'm just going to replace it with one. But yeah, I really hate saying this, but most of the farm sim community is just toxic and worthless, by and large. You guys are good. You guys are all good. And I'm not like complaining about you guys, but in general, there's a fairly large proportion of the farm sim community that thinks banter is throwing random insults at people. And calling them all sorts, but no. Like what I do with Connor when he's in chat. If you've been around when Connor appears in chat, have I heard of Ian Robson? Yes, I really enjoy him. I really enjoy watching. I haven't watched him too much lately. I've been kind of preoccupied with streaming and trying to get ideas for things. And watching many True Nerds funky Fallout Let's Plays. Because the Fallout 3 Kill Everything run he did was amazing. I also watched this Fallout 4 Let's Play, and I must admit that's kind of the reason why I'm thinking Fallout 4 might be for me. Albeit, I'm not too happy with the current price point. Am I part of his community? What do you mean part of his community? I'm part of his mailing list. Yeah, that's what you mean. But, well, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like I said, I've been preoccupied with streams for the past few weeks, and I didn't watch them for a couple of weeks. It's on sale on Steam. Are you serious that there's a Steam sale right now on... the Google Plus community? No. By the way, feel free to add me on Steam. Oh! I didn't know there was a Steam sale on. Huh. Any good driving games on sale at the moment? I'm just checking now. Euro Truck Simulator 2 is currently €10 on Steam. Project Cars is currently 20. Dirt Rally is actually full price. And Assetto Corsa is $27.99. They're actually quite good prices. €40 still quite. That is still quite pricey. Like it's down by a third, which is good. But Fallout Classic Collection $6.79. I got it for free, legally for free, on GOG. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off, and because I want to do Fallout 3 and New Vegas before I go on to 4, so it'll probably be somewhere in the summer. Video output low. Something's going on with my stream. YouTube is saying that YouTube is saying there's problems with the stream at the moment. Are you guys getting lag and buffering right now? I think the issue is, if I get €40 is probably worth it, yeah. You can't leave a link, Bob. I think it's because I'm doing Giants Editor and there's no... Yeah, Google's just kind of, or YouTube's just kind of glitching out because I'm just gonna move the Giants Editor around a bit and just see what what YouTube says here. Not you. I think it's just a funny glitch. So I'm just waving this about for a second. Just to see what happens. It still says video output low. That's odd. I mean, it's more or less smooth. That is one hell of it. Oh, that's why I'm... For some reason, it defaulted to 360p. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. If you guys aren't having any problems, then it's fine, I guess. I'll just let YouTube freak out that things are not quite how YouTube expects things to be. It's probably something to do with the fact that Giant Zedder doesn't involve much movement. It's still saying there's like problems with the stream. The stream health is low. What does the red indicate? Potentially serious viewing issues, but none of you guys are having them. So, not quite sure what's going on there, YouTube. You're having a bit of a spaz attack. Well done, YouTube. Mind you, at least it's not spazzing out and deleting my channel, which has happened to plenty of people. Oh, what did you guys think of the whole React Bros, the React Brothers thing that went on during the week? That whole debacle. Do you guys have any views on that now that it's come to its painfully obvious conclusion of, oh hey, actually, never mind, that was a dumb idea in the first place? If you want to find out more, the name is IPJ Robson. So it's just his usual name and everything. See, the thing is, I don't really use Google Plus all that much. It's just kind of there. Like if you follow me or you're in my circles on Google Plus, you'll just see videos. I think there's not really a whole lot put up on it because I use Twitter. Yeah, so Summers just nailed it there. It's a joke because they tried to trademark a word that is common in usage in general. And Sony tried to trademark Let's Play, which is actually more logical than trying to trademark React. Actually more logical. Sony have done something that is actually more logical than the Fine Brothers. I mean, trying to trademark oh, Pedro doesn't know. The Fine Brothers tried to trademark because they're the guys who do Elders React and Kids React and all that nonsense. That are just kind of, hey, look, we can infringe copyright and get away with it because fair use, ha 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 ha. And they tried to trademark the word React because, you know, why the hell not try it? Because, you know, corporate shenanigans. And the best thing was, their entire logic behind this was, well, people have been infringing our copyrights by, you know, taking our videos and showing them with different reactions. Have you watched any of your own videos? That's all you do. You're not even in the videos. You do no work. You edit people reacting to things and then think that that's somehow new content. I love the jokes that were going around on Twitter from various YouTubers trying to trademark oddly specific things. I think NerdCubed at one point tried to trademark, or joked about trademarking Fallout 4 Let's Plays. Because he managed to beat many a true nerd to it, and that was just beautiful. But that was just such a joke. So bad. The worst thing was they were serious as well, I mean... Yeah. Oh, we hate corporate things, but let's do some corporate management. Do you know the meaning of the word hypocrite, Fine Brothers? I definitely know the meaning of the word cynic because that's exactly what I am. So, before anybody says in chat, oh, you're such a cynic. I am, I know. I'll openly admit to it. And I'm damn proud because it means I don't just fall for nonsense. getting my water. Because why not? There we go. Doing very little work. I'm mainly chatting today, which isn't necessarily the best thing to be doing when I'm supposed to be working on the map. I mean, I'm not complaining because, you know, I'm enjoying myself, but at the same time, I probably should actually do things. Times like this, I wish I could have a chat overlay somewhere over here, but then I wouldn't be able to see half a giant's editor, and it would constantly just drop off anyway because of the way Windows works, which is fun. I want to watch a movie tonight. I might watch The Room tonight, because hey, why watch a good movie when you can watch a terrible one? Is there any sports on this week? Oh, there's rugby on tomorrow, actually. Hooray! I might have a short stream tomorrow, depending on what time the rugby starts or ends, I guess. YouTube's just spazzing now. It's still saying I've got problems with the stream, which apparently just don't exist. So I'm just going down as far as there, really. How bad is the terrain going down there? Because if it's not too bad, I can just cheese this a bit. Because I mean, you wouldn't really have a laneway going all this. Wales beat Ireland yesterday that was the under-20s. I wasn't really watching. My parents had the soaps on, so just because of reasons. They have a Fallout bundle for $50. I own all the Fallout games, barring Fallout 4. I got the old ones for free on GOG during one of their stupid sales. So like, there's no reason for me to get a big bundle of Fallout stuff when I already own the majority of it. There's no point in me getting Fallout 4 now and being like, okay, I'll play this in 6 months' time. I'm not gonna cheese this. Slopes line 30 meters, minus 15. Copy. Next. I thought I still needed to get them. No, I've got all the Fallout games. The only one I don't have is Fallout 4. That's kind of the root of the problem, is I own them all, so there's no point in me getting some mega bundle of all the Fallout stuff, because then I'd be buying some weird mega bundle for slightly more than I'd be paying for the Fallout 4 itself. It's also why I want to like Fallout 3 and Fallout in general, is because, you know, I own the games already. How badly underground is this? It pops up and then it goes way under. Whoa, that's too much. Let's try minus 10. The laneway scene graph is getting slightly insane now, I will admit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that is getting mildly concerning at how large it is. Minus 10 is much better. 5 degrees difference is quite large. I don't think I mentioned this ever, but this is actually attempt number 2 at Duneske. There was an original Duneske attempt that I never recorded or never did. I don't think I ever even alluded to it. But I had called the map Duneske. It was actually based in the next town over, on a village, a nearby village, and it was just a train wreck as I was working on. So I kind of dumped that attempt. You to sort out your sister's bunny. That's fine, Bob. But I did actually have a Duneske before. It was just a complete train wreck, and I never got really past terrain manipulation as such. So this is kind of Duneske V2 already. It's about 1,000,000 times more advanced than the original Duneske ever was. I can't remember if I tried to build Duneske the first time for 13 or 15. I think it was 15. Back towards the beginning of the YouTube channel, I was trying to build Duneske. You just had to run the input wizard again. G27 can be surprisingly fussy with games at times. Like when I was setting it up with ATS, originally I accidentally had combined pedals on. I was like, okay, everything must be combined now. I said no, so just turned it off on the profilers, and for some reason it actually magically worked. You haven't really been watching this series. Could you have a short description on the map? There's not a whole lot to say, really. It's called Duneske. It's based a few kilometers from me in County Tipperary, Ireland. Fields are based in reality. The rest of the map is going to be somewhat mostly imagined. It is DAM. So most of the hills are real. I am having to edit them slightly to suit farm sim, but most of the terrain is real. Most of the fields are in the correct places, the correct sizes, the correct shapes, etc. But I am having to essentially invent the road system. There is in fact a railway line going through there. In fact, that's the map. Lissacail, Killeen Butler and Kilna Butler, Farnagark, Ballygarn, or Farangark and Farnagark. This is the general area of the map, and the Duneske area is just up here. Which is actually wrong, because Duneske... Oh no, no, the Duneske area is here. There's actually over here. Where is it? Yeah, Duneske, as in Duneske Leisure Centre. So it's It's kind of a weird town I live in, but it's a bit different. I was told last week that I should put there's a river over there. Over there. And I was told last week that I should put forestry, all forestry the other side of the river. I said, no, that's... Number one, it's going to be way too much forestry for the map. Because I'm trying to somewhat balance the map. And let's face it, if you want loads of forestry, you can just plant up half the fields and trees. I'm keeping somewhat to reality with the forests. Although they're actually deciduous wooded areas and not fir forests, which they will be in the game. In reality, they're just all like oak and beech trees and some horse chestnuts, but I'm gonna magically make them all pine trees in the game because they work best with forestry. I will have like an oak and a birch outline to it, just so from roadside it looks actually quite cool. And I will be putting trees along the roadsides as well, although hopefully I'll try not to embed them in the hedging. Or if I do, it'll be in a hedge that has a fence inside in it. It'll be a non-collidable hedge with a fence inside it, so that the tree is separate from the hedge entity. And can be cut relatively easily. I think that should work in theory. Don't know if Connor's going to show up to the stream today, by the way. My friend Connor, he had some personal issues yesterday, and I stayed up like half the night trying to help him. So I didn't particularly sleep well, but so be it. Actually, I slept quite well when I did sleep. Just got to sleep very late and woke up very late. Which is why the stream is starting at 3 and not 2. Well, I planned it to start at 2, but it started at 3 instead. I've been live for an hour and I've done next to nothing. Well done, me. Okay, how bad is this area here? Very, so I'm just gonna smooth it and try and fix it like that. Same over here. Okay, so you can scoot up. Not that much. You can scoot up. I don't mind having a little bump on the outside of the road, by the way. Almost at break time, yes. I'll be running off for a couple of minutes during the break. So I'm gonna have to invent a little BRB screen real quick before I run off. I'm gonna be cheeky and click the add button like 6 times as well, just to try and make sure everybody gets an ad. I'm not sure what the algorithm is for ads, but as far as I can tell, it's essentially random. Like whether or not you get an ad. I know in the UK, it's... Wish the roads where you live looked that nice. They're not really that nice here. Can I grab a laneway somewhere? That's R670, that's a national road. Can I grab this lane here? Yes. So this is the... Actually, it still looks quite nice. This is within the woods. This is one of the laneways going through the woods. Bob, do you have adblock on by any chance? No dumping. So as you can see, it's mainly all deciduous forestry. But it is quite pretty. How far down this road can I go? Because I want to... Actually, let's just get out of Street View real quick, because I know exactly where I want to go here. Can I get down to this thing? Almost, but not quite for some reason. Actually, can I... How far down here can I go? Because I want to show something. Where's this? That's a very odd place for Google to go. You don't use adblock, you just don't get ads. Huh. I know it's based on like where you are, whether or not you get an ad, so I'm guessing you're just in a place that doesn't have particularly good online advertising. If you had adblock, you'd know about it, unless like somebody else uses your computer. If you do have adblock, I do, as always, ask that if you at least know about it, that you disable it when you're watching me, so that I can get some form of income, because YouTube doesn't pay well, it does pay, and every little helps. I'm like Tesco. I know the UK has like amazing CPM. You're in Scotland. You should get more ads then. Because the UK has actually, you're more likely than not to get an ad in the UK. In Ireland, it's essentially 50-50 whether you get an ad or not, from my experience. But the UK, it's almost every time you should in theory get an ad, unless there's some weird thing going on with the UK algorithm all of a sudden. I'm guessing, Bob, you probably have ad block, but you don't know about it. Which is kind of fine, and I'm not going to tell you how to disable it, because that could be... You do get ads, but every time I put one up, you don't get one. Oh well, I don't know if it's, that YouTube Live just doesn't do ads properly or something, but... Like, it tells me I'm playing an ad. Your farm sim just died, but it says it's still open. It's crashed. You have to open up your task manager and force close it. That happens to me a bit when I'm testing out a new mod. It's exactly why I've got the autosave mod installed. It's to counteract problems of having like 150 mods installed at any given time. Which, by the way, is advised. I'm just going to say that now. Having as many mods as I do is very advised. I mean, the game can still work, but it can become very, very unstable very quickly. Because all you need is one mod that conflicts with conflicts with something that 5 or 6 of your mods rely on, and suddenly they don't work, and they throw a hissy fit, and it starts a domino effect. You disabled it now. In theory, I've got unskippable ads disabled. Although if you do skip ads, it doesn't actually count as an ad view, which is odd. Anyway, I'm gonna throw an ad on in a second, and I'm just gonna do this real quick. Text. Right. It does help if I can spell. Back. That. What? I'm not exactly sure the be right back thing has spawned in. Oh, it's spawned over here somewhere. Massive! Lovely. It's... Oh, I'm just gonna leave it on this screen for a few minutes. I'm back. Connor showed up at exactly the wrong time. Or exactly the right time, because he missed nothing in his 90-second long ad. Nature called and I had to answer. Essentially, that's why I went away for a second. So, let's get everything ready again to go. Back to this scene, and we're good to go again. Do I have extra long ads turned on for Connor? I don't exactly know why he got a minute 30 long ad. I thought I turned off long ads. Maybe the live ads are different from the ones that I can put on videos, which could be a thing, that they just show a random ad. But hey, it's not as bad as the I got an ad before that was like an hour long. Guess who used the skip button after 5 seconds? Oh wait, no, that was an unskippable ad. Yeah, I had to refresh the page before because I got an hour and a half long unskippable ad that somebody had decided to put their entire movie on YouTube as an ad and made it so that it was unskippable. Like it's stuff like that that makes me use ad block. Like it's the stupid invasive ads that some websites use, and then they say, "Oh, you can't view our content unless you got ad block turned off." Okay, I'll turn off ad block, and then the entire page is like there is an ad behind the page you're viewing. Literally one of those annoying, irritating, "Hey, I've made $500 million in an hour and you can do it too, this is how you do it." But I have no idea how to use a microphone, so it's constantly peaked. It's constantly clipping. I mean, seriously, I've seen so many like broadcasters in America use microphones that are either cheap or too close to them or whatever, and they're just constantly like, it sounds like they're trying to eat the microphone. It's like, no, that's not how you do it. You have the microphone a reasonable distance away so that it picks up all of the noise from you talking, but doesn't have that irritating popping or hissing or something like that. I know my mic has a bit of hissing and I don't know how to fix it. Short of using some sort of add-on for the in context song playing is the one Sam's trying to use for his movie reviews. Oh my god, yeah, now my brain is like, it shouldn't be here, because this is the one Danny2462 uses when he's breaking stuff in Kerbal Space Program. It's just like, yeah. But, everybody uses in context music, so it's like, okay, this is where I recognize this one from, this is where I recognize this one from. This is why I should really, really try and figure out how to set overlaps on the music player that I'm using. Because I am using a new music player. I think I just glitched. Did I literally just glitch? Like, did I just stammer M, and it kind of sounded like a glitch to me. But that was real. I didn't just like do some sort of weird audio editing it live somehow. I'm using a new music player and I have no idea how to use it quite yet. What am I using? Fubar 2000. And I've got it on shuffle, which is good. But I've no idea how to get them to overlap. properly. You should. Yeah, Connor's planning on making YouTube videos. When he starts his channel, I'll be like whoring him out or something. How bad is this bump here? That's not actually too bad. But at least you know what Incomtech songs you like. I've kind of got the now playing. I've actually got the now playing overlay going just so that people don't start spamming the chat. What's this? What's the name of this song? What's this song called? What's this one? What's the one that was played last? What's the name of the song? Dude, it's literally on the screen, the top right. Watch the stream. YouTube is saying I've still got major problems with the stream, by the way. Like saying, oh, your video output is low. Yes, I'm using something that doesn't particularly give a lot of video. It's kind of the thing with Giant Editor. It's not very intensive in terms of video. And YouTube is like screaming at me because it's not right. Like, no, this is the way it's supposed to be. Vast majority of Incomtech songs are good. I mean, once you find a feel that you're happy with, and that fits. Dance Macabre. Is that in my playlist actually? I don't know, is that in my playlist? Oh, Dance Macabre is not in my playlist. That is surprising. I forgot to turn on my light when I went away. Do that at the end of the second hour. Now, what do I want to do? Do I want to continue going down, or... First off, I want to try and smooth this area off a bit, because that's a bit of a train wreck. But yeah, I think Kevin MacLeod has... Oh, it's one of the dance pieces. Or classical pieces. Why did I say dance? Oh, because I was reading the line above. And my brain was like, words. I think Incomtech is one of the few places where you can get really good music that doesn't cause copyright problems. Or doesn't potentially cause copyright problems. Because, like, if you got a copyright issue, you can actually contact Kevin MacLeod directly and say, hey Kevin, somebody's derping around with your music again. And he will personally start screwing over the person who's put it onto Content ID. It's because I'm a derp. It is because I'm a derp. It's because my brain's derping. It's because somebody kept me awake until 4 o'clock this morning because I was worried about them. For some reason. You and your weird personal issues, Connor. I mean, you shouldn't have eaten all those marshmallows. One bag is enough. You shouldn't eat a whole box of them. Waiting for Connor to hear that now. See what he says in chat. This is quickly turning into the James and Connor, or the Dave and... Ooh, accidentally said my real name. The Dave and Connor show, isn't it? And nobody watching the VOD will be able to understand half of these jokes. You have to leave soon because of the Six Nations. Yeah, I'm gonna have that issue tomorrow. Do I want to stream during the match, or do I want to, like... If you see me with a white cable coming out of my ear tomorrow, it's because I'll be listening to the radio. And listening to Six Nations. Oh, there's tons where you can get music, but I think in context just the best. Because there's Purple Planet as well, which is some okay stuff. It's just not particularly great in my opinion. And I'll mute my mic for a second because I'm going to blow my nose. Okay, webcam and mic are off because I'm blowing my nose and I don't want you guys to see it. Or hear it. Bob, the only thing I want England to do are lose. Get humiliated. They're too full of themselves. Like, oh, there's a competition that England are in. England will win. Why? Because England! Because England isn't a reason, England. Give me a valid reason. Well, we won it 40 years ago. That's also not a valid reason. Okay, try again. But we won it 40 years ago. No, that's the... Yeah, you won it 40 years ago on merit, that's fine. Give me a reason why you should win it today, this year, 2016. Give me one good reason, Bob. Because if anything, it's going to be... give me one good reason why England are going to win, other than... I think he meant cheating, Bob. Because England do have a tendency of thinking one rule applies to the rest of the world and another rule applies to England. Like the whole, oh, but... Yeah. Oh, I stuck my finger in somebody's eye, pleaded not guilty, and then got a 10-week ban. And somehow that's... Yeah, I got a 10-week ban for sticking my finger in somebody's eye, which is a 10-week ban. Because you messed up the whole World Cup. You need this. That's not a reason to win! That's a reason to want to win. I mean, Ireland could say the same thing. And let's face it, Ireland v England, Ireland are probably going to come out on top, because... I mean, have you seen CJ Stander in action? He is, quite a person to be able to bring in all of a sudden, courtesy of him being nationalised. I really think that, gouging and contact with eyes should just be a lifetime ban. But especially if it's like, yeah, the reaction he had afterwards and the English setup had afterwards was completely unacceptable. So yeah, I'm in no way in favour of England winning the Six Nations, because it would just be encouraging people to, well, behave more like England, which is not particularly good for the sport of rugby, I will admit. I think Italy should win the Six Nations this year. They deserve it. Oh god, there's going to be an England v Scotland fight. This is gonna descend now. I'm just gonna leave it do that because I want to see this becoming funny. Chat is going to entertain me. Dance, my monkeys. Italy lost by 2 points. Dang it, France, you're better than I expected. But Italy losing to France by only 2 points shows how bad France are. I'm gonna admit. French rugby is in a terrible position right now. Because they're trying to go back to where France were like 10 years ago. And they don't have the skill or the players to do that. The only way French rugby is in any way good is when they bring in Bastro to just steamroll over people. Which isn't particularly entertaining rugby because it's just a big man hitting people hard. Like who are France's best players? You got Bastro, who's not playing because the coach wants to change up the style and bring it back to the French flair. Well, who do France have that has flair? At least the Irish style is essentially, well, we've got big men and we've got lots of them. Let's put them all into a ball and just try and shove our way around the pitch. Which, yes, it can. It might not be the most entertaining if you want running rugby, which apparently is what England want. Which, that's fine for England, I guess. It's just not technical rugby, it's just, hey, let's run as quickly as we can. Okay. Meanwhile, Ireland's style is, let's do this technically, let's do this technically perfectly. In every way, let's make this game physical. And play real rugby. Men's rugby. Then again, I'm from Munster, so, you know, classic Munster style of rolling maul everywhere. Guess I'm kind of biased in that, in that department. I'm also a Tommy O'Donnell fan because he went to the same school as me. I've seen one of his old jerseys. I actually have it hanging up in the school here. So he's kind of a local hero, and there's a great reaction around town to Tommy O'Donnell actually being selected for the Ireland team. And, you know, actually being on the starting squad for the Six Nations. Especially after his hip injury, which damn near ended his career. Could easily have. I mean, yeah, Tommy O'Donnell's just in his injury cover this weekend, but at least it's something. What retro feature is this? Dirty. I'm liking the look of the stream now. Although YouTube's still spazzing out and saying it's horrible. I'm liking the look I've got going on with the overlays and everything going. Because it gives as much information as I can really give. Without having it too busy. Right, see you, Bob. Still think Scotland are going to beat England. I really do. Not just because it'd be hilarious, but because England have some serious issues with their team. If you watched Danny 2462, you'll know exactly where I decided to get most of my music, or where I took the songs from. Essentially, they're all obviously incompetent, but he uses almost the exact same playlists as I do when he's doing KSP breaking, although he doesn't talk, which is an interesting take on the whole. It's weird. I prefer channels who do commentary and all that, but Danny 2462 and those comedy channels where it's like, hey, let's just let the game do the talking and put some text in as kind of a flavour to what's going on. I really find those channels entertaining because they don't do the whole PewDiePie thing of hyperactive sugar bomb. Essentially, they let the game do the talking for them, and it's the game's personality. Well, you get a hint of personality from them, but it's mainly the game's personality just being exaggerated a small bit, especially with Danny. My nose is really getting on my nerves. Because it's like half running, half blocked, half doing the limbo. What am I doing now? Where do I want to go with this? Do I want to... That's what I was trying to figure out earlier on. I'm gonna continue the slope, I think, for... Just gonna kind of keep going, I guess. So let's throw 50 meters in and see what happens. Paste. -10. So the great thing about Giant Setter is everything, well, especially with this Rhodes pack that I'm using, is that everything is done in degrees, so I don't need to worry about distances all that much unless I'm actively... You know what, that's a bit silly, isn't it? It's a bit too far. But if I get this into position, I can do -5 slope. Or not a -5, but a +5 slope. And flatten things out a small bit. Then I can possibly consider doing something like that. Okay, so that's that bit sorted. Let's get the left to right fixed here. That's good. Okay, let's... This is all on nav speed 1 as well, so... It's a bit easier for me to manage this... there. It's nav speed 1, but it is kind of fiddly still. I can't get it to go any lower, unfortunately. My perfectionism knows no bounds. That is probably about as good as I'll be able to get it, because I can't really tell all that easily where the limitation is. So let's get a 5-degree slope going here. Ah, that would be the reason why it's a bit fiddly. There we go, that's the comfortable GE setting that I use. I think I might have been on it already, but better to be sure than be wondering. No, I wasn't on this setting already because it's a lot more comfortable immediately. We definitely don't need the 50 straight anymore. See, the issue I now have is, do I want to go with the -5 just to... Yeah, let's go with the -5 and I can fix the terrain around it. So, like that. Just follow this down. I'm kind of tempted to do cutting here, where it just has almost sheer walls, but it wouldn't be too fitting. The railway line will be in a cutting, as you probably noticed from the Google Maps images I showed you. I will be putting that into a cutting in the map itself, just because it's going to be a bit easier to run things a bit. It's going to be easier for me to do things if the railway line is in a cutting and somewhat flat. Which in reality a railway line would be, so, you know. The hills that this map has will not be particularly suited to a train. Because trains don't go uphill very well. I'm not a big fan of that big hill there, so let's just move that out a bit. Let's move this area out a bit. Let's see how... we're doing. You know, now that it's getting a bit darker, it kind of makes more sense that my light stays off. Because GE is lighting... GE and YouTube are both lighting me up in some nice white lights. It looks like this studio lighting almost. But it's a comfortable level of brightness. I don't mind the background, so, you know, getting darker and darker and darker as time goes on. That's kind of... it's kind of fine. Welcome back, Pedro. Where'd you run off to this time? Annoying the cat again? I need to blow my nose again in a minute. Because it's getting really somewhat irritating. Or I could do that. Or toast and coffee. A good pairing. Can't really go wrong with most things than coffee, to be fair. Unless it's like tea. Like tea and coffee together, maybe not the best idea. But why anybody would drink a cup of tea and a cup of coffee at the same time is a bit beyond me. I'm not being too overly perfectionistic with this road, because the way I see it, road is going to be, I'm going to have a bit of gravel coming off on the terrain itself here. Just show the road's a bit out of repair. I mean obviously it's your breakfast, more or less. I had my breakfast just before I started the stream. It was noodles, because I have like tons of instant noodles usually. packet of instant noodles, and a cappuccino. So we're all insanely lazy in here, which is nice to hear. Except Summer. Summer actually does things. Summer actually works. How's this looking now? That's looking much better. I don't mind the big dip there under the road because that's not going to affect collisions. Waffles. I haven't had waffles in ages. And I want Belgian waffles. With like Nutella on top. They are so delicious. Or a crepe with marshmallows and Nutella. Or banana and Nutella. Oh my god, that was delicious. That said, it could have just been the hangover talking when I had that. I need to fix it again as well. Although of late it's kind of been a necessity for various things that have been happening that I go to sleep a bit insanely late. It's calving season, so yeah. Be calving season right up until mid-April. They'll still be doing pretty heavy calving around here anyway. And then it'll just suddenly stop. You normally have pancakes on Sunday, so you have banana and Nutella. Oh, jealous. I'm not sure if I like it though, because I was really hungover when I had banana and Nutella crepes. So it was just like, oh my god, this is the most delicious thing I've ever eaten, but I'm probably just letting the hangover talk to me about this one. Or was it just banana and chocolate? I'm not sure. It was some weird combination of things. All I can remember for definite is I was very, very hungover. Possibly still a bit drunk. It was at a music festival. In my defense, it was at a music festival, and I was drunk most of the weekend. That was good fun, though. It is yum. Well, that's kind of reassuring that it's not just a hangover. The hangover memories talking. I got chocolate fingers today. I grabbed them when I went downstairs. I was like, oh my god, chocolate fingers, yes. Mine. Stolen. I'll probably get shouted at later for stealing the chocolate fingers. But, totally worth it. That's really odd. The smooth brush is not fixing this area here. Like completely ignoring the fact that there's a big break in the terrain there. Which I've just fixed. I'm probably promptly broken again. You picked up your new to you backhoe yesterday. Good to hear that, Summer. Is it a JCB or is it something else? Because in Ireland, all backhoes are just called JCBs. They're so ubiquitous here. I've never seen anything other than a JCB backhoe. 2008 JCB. 100% extra free toffee pops. Oh yes. Somebody just arrived in. Not sure who, but somebody has. Oh, it's my parents. They've come home. They were visiting someone today. They've just arrived in the door, so presumably it's going to be takeaway for food tonight. Which I'm not going to complain about because I'm kind of in the mood for a pizza or Chinese or something. JCB 3X. That is actually quite good JCB. And if ever I say JCB in a video, I literally mean backhoe. Or in a stream. I literally mean backhoe. Treks do backhoes also. Yeah, but I've only ever seen JCBs. That's the thing. Like you've front loader tractors and JCBs. Yeah. It's like Tatoes and Crisps, really. they're so ubiquitous that it's just, oh, there's a JCB. And excavators are normally cat. Or caterpillar. Ireland has something weird with brand loyalty. It's popular, but it's popular in Montana, but it's probably not as popular as in Ireland. Because in Ireland it's literally just JCB from the last 20 or 30 years. So you'll see all sorts of weird and wonderful machines bouncing about. I still don't know why Ireland has this weird thing of brand loyalty. Like crisps are Tato's. Chocolate fingers are Cadbury's milk chocolate fingers, which of course is the correct brand. You don't trucks in 1971 Mac. That's good. Dump trucks seem to be just random brands here, actually. Although trucks are either like MAN or Scania. Can I... Woo! Can I shoot straight down now if I throw a 20-meter lane in? Can I just shoot down? You can't beat it. Yeah, you can't beat a tater sandwich. Nothing beats a tater sandwich. You don't really need power steering all that much, Summer. It's one of those modern conveniences that people take for granted and don't really matter. Like the internet, or electricity. Or a working toilet. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, those three things are just gratuitous luxuries in the world. Have I managed to nail this first time? More or less. I'm impressed with that. Okay, so that's now in the correct position. How does it look under the terrain? It's more or less following the line of terrain down. Is there a way to post pictures on Twitter? Yes. If you've never used a car without power steering, you wonder how you survived without it. Well, I don't drive, so it kind of answers that question, Pedro. Then again, all the cars that I have driven for lessons and all have had power steering. My dad's car even has an anti-stall where it automatically shuts down the engine if it's just about to stall, which sounds like it's, you know, completely negating the point of an anti-stall, but in fact it's one of those fuel saving things where the engine shuts off and as you pull away it turns back on. So he had to when he's giving me driving lessons he has to actually disable it because I abuse the living daylights out of that thing. I mean, you would though. I mean, you have two choices: take off properly or abuse the fuel saving thingy that makes sure you get a perfect start every time. You can abuse the fuel saving thingy to make sure you get a perfect start every single time. Because essentially, a rudimentary form of launch control. But at least that's what I use it as. Used, because I haven't driven in months for various reasons, mainly relative, family issues. You get strong fast. Pedro, I am already quite strong because I have literally in the past pulled a tree down. Back when I was in Scouts, we were up the woods getting the forestry agency. I can't remember the name of the forestry agency. Is it Antoshka? Had given our scout troop permission to go up into the woods and get rid of some dead wood, and so we went up there. A big gang of about 20-30 of us with a chainsaw and a few leaders and whatnot, and a trailer. And one tree they'd managed to cut through the bottom of it, and it just stayed flat. So essentially, I was sent up into the woods and told, "Okay, you grab this tree, lift it up, and start pulling." So like it was, yeah. I was there at like 12 or 13 at the time, and like, this doesn't seem like it's going to work, but okay, I'll try. So I lift up this like 40-50 foot tall tree, lift it up off the stump, and start walking away, and down comes the tree. Complete with the whole, snapping branches and crashing and banging and all that. But at the under end of the tree, down at the bottom, is just me kind of going, "Oh, that's a thing. I've just pulled a tree down." And there was no like pulley system set up. If there was, I could have probably could have pulled out a lot more than the one tree at once. But that's a thing that actually did happen, and it was great fun. Do I want another? What do I want to do here now? Because that's more or less good. No, it's really not. I could probably do it. No power steering. Look, it wasn't flattened. No, I was literally just walking downhill. That was the entire point. It was on a hill, so all I had to do was walk downhill. The hill it helped me a small bit, but I still had to give it a good pull. And the tree basically came down in front of me because I was walking backwards. This is a really irritating place. I'm gonna cheese the rest of this because this is just gonna irritate me for hours if I don't. Like, I can only do so much. So this is officially me giving up on a section of road for once. And just deciding to do the generic lazy map maker thing of get a rudimentary road in place and then just go straight to dirt. Which I could have done ages ago if I really wanted to. But I've been trying to avoid that. Plus the advantage here is I can get some sort of I can actually what I can do, I'm going to draw this out, and this is say put a gate across this here. Have I ever tried one of the esports races? No. On Project Cars, no. I've no real interest in doing the Project Cars esport nonsense because it's not really a simulator. It's not really a simulator, and that's my entire issue. So what I can do is I can have this entire area just be a bit dirty, like this, and have like a way into this field here and a way into this field here. It's not really working because I'm so far out. But no, I haven't tried any of the esports Project Cars races, because I don't really see Project Cars as a game worthy of being an esport. There's no real strategy involved as such. It's just, you know, drive quickly and get lucky. Plus, it's like 1v1 races. That's, or at least the ones that I've watched have been like 1v1 races that are nowhere near representative of the game. In general. Like even Forza gets it a bit more right because they got multiple drivers and multiple, you know, doing multiple lap races, but it's still like the physics of Forza aren't particularly suited to competitive racing to an extent. And I am essentially just kind of improvising this field edge here. I'll do the same here. I'll just improvise this into something that looks somewhat good, like that-ish. I'm actually gonna leave a reason. Do I want to leave a reasonably sized gap here? No, I don't. So I'm gonna actually extend down this field edge here and just bring around a nice big swoop. So there's about, yeah, that's better. So there's about a 3 meter gap, and I'll do the same over the other side. That's the joy of Irish fields, I guess, is you can, if you want to improvise a field, all you gotta do is put a big curve, and it's probably gonna be somewhat near what would really happen. Which is why a lot of maps that I've seen have really funky, weird shaped fields. Well, the realistic and not is a different matter. This is now one of the situations where I'm just fixing up the edges of the fields because I don't plan on returning down to this area for a while. And if I get the fields kind of fixed in a basic enough way, I don't need to worry all that much. When I'm making my next or final pass or whatever kind of pass I take next over the fields, and it just makes them look a lot neater if they're kind of fixed up to some standards. Going back to the question someone posed about Project Cars, I did do esports before. I did actually play a game competitively before. I took part in a StarCraft 2 tournament for like bronze, silver and gold league players back when I was kind of on the border between silver and gold, playing as Protoss. I was very much a Turtle Toss. And I'll explain what Turtle Toss is very quickly. Turtle Toss is a person who plays Protoss in StarCraft 2 and just holds up within their base for 90% of the game, forms a death ball of the best units, or just a large horde of units, and takes off across the map and wins. Normally. You didn't know there were cash prize for Project Cars races? Yeah, they're trying to make it into an esport and trying to force the whole esport aspect, because apparently ESL wants any game that can be played relatively competitively, they're trying to force into an esport because they're desperate to find new esports to try and rival LoL and Dota. And because they're trying to get new esports, they're trying to force games that really don't need to be classified as esports into esports. Like sim racing, like Project Cars. I mean, that's... I think Assetto Corsa would be more fitting for some sort of esports aspect than Project Cars, just because of the modding scene that's available for Assetto Corsa. But there are online issues with AC, so I guess that kind of rules that out. And realistically, there's already... I mean, iRacing is a thing that's far more suited to being an esport than Project Cars ever will be, because iRacing has entire systems set up specifically to suit esports and to suit active competitive racing for cash prizes, which, if you didn't know, are a thing in iRacing. Like, I kind of follow the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship, which is a grand prize of like £10,000 or dollars or something. And as a result of the BSRTC, they actually introduced the Kia Cup, which is just the Kia Optima. It used to be in a multi-class series, now it's just out on its own because BSRTC is so successful. YouTube is still spazzing out and saying there's issues. It's literally saying stream's okay. Actually, no, it's not. Never mind. Yeah, it's saying stream's good. No, stream's good. No, stream's good. No, stream's good. No. I will be fixing up the edges of these fields a bit more when I get the railway line in. But just for now, I'm trying to smooth them out and get them into something vaguely resembling what could be a final layout. YouTube definitely is trolling me. It's actually because of Giant Setter. It's because Giant Setter isn't involving a lot of movement. But it's YouTube is thinking there's some sort of weird problem where I'm lagging. Like, I'm 90% sure that's what the issue is Giant Setter is confusing the living daylights out of YouTube, because it's not used to people. Hey Fi, I am good today, how are you? Just sitting in a dark room at the moment, I can't be bothered turning on the light. What I am going to do though is I'm going to run an ad in a minute, because we're at the 2-hour mark. We're actually gone over the 2-hour mark, and it's about time to run an ad. Right after I fix this one little speck of terrain, which actually is trying to fix itself, which is nice. It's a new issue to have. Oh god, I've broken all of this area now. Dang it. There, I Whoa! Made an absolute disaster out of that. Kind of looks like I'm gonna have to do something quite drastic to this area. Because it does need to be like, up like this, which those issues. Fix the size of this later on. I'm more concerned about getting this all looking reasonable. I'm just in time for homemade shepherd's pie and my stream. It seems like a good pairing. I'll probably be having a takeaway tonight, which is good, I guess. Especially since I won't be paying for it. I ain't gonna complain about free food. That's what I get for trying to fix something now. They've broken so much more. And in fact, I think that this fixing is making an absolute disaster of everything. Oh my god. Okay, let's just get this all up. And we can work on the terrain behind this later, in a moment. Okay, now we need to pull this terrain back, like this. You gotta go. See you, Pedro. You're making a waffle, Summer. Make me one. Send one to me in the post. Vacuum seal it and send it to me in the post. That'll cause no problems at all. This one little area is causing nothing but problems. And I'm not entirely sure why. If I... Oh, that looks about right. Ew, blueberries. I don't like blueberries. Make a different kind of waffle. I don't like most berries, actually. Like blackcurrants, they're a type of berry, I believe. Oh, what on earth? I'm gonna have to use so much foliage in this area to try and fix this. I mean, it's I do plan on using foliage to cover up small problems, but this is kind of a big problem. The train's just everywhere in this area because it's so ridiculous. Oh, bacon waffles, yes. Bacon anything is best at anything. Best kind of bacon? Double bacon. Best kind of chocolate? Bacon chocolate. I need somebody to invent double bacon. Where it's like bacon within bacon. But it's just one thing that you cook. It's bacon wrapped in bacon. I think the best kind of bacon though is the maple cured or maple smoked bacon. That is delicious. I'm just causing more problems for myself now, aren't I? Some nice calming music to try and soothe me. Thank you, playlist. You know I'm having problems. Problems. Got them problems. I don't think this hill is going to work in the game. I'm being quite honest. I can't really do anything about it either, can I? You know the song. It is quite good. And again, Comtech has mainly really good music. Is this smoothing off the hill a bit? Because it is too much right now for the game. Because I mean that's almost vertical. That's just never gonna do. You're never gonna get equipment up this hill. I mean, you might if you really pushed it, but it is quite extreme. I need to do here to fix this? I have an idea, but it's gonna look really dumb. Let's try it at least. Smooth this. Hopefully this can smooth in the right direction. Kind of. Oh, very much so. Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm essentially going to create a small cliff here. Just so the road is sitting up a bit in the slope of the field isn't too extreme. Like, it's not going to move where the road is, but it's going to create a bit of a kind of a cliffy look, which now means that I don't need to worry about the way this looks too much, because I'll be turning this area into kind of a rocky outcrop kind of thing. So we'll say if I paint rock onto this like so, it suddenly becomes a rather nice looking rocky outcrop that the road was built on top of somehow, for some reason. And the joy of the way that I've got the brush set up is that it does actually make it look like a rocky outcrop, because it's patchy. As opposed to just being flat out all the rocks ever, there's a certain patchiness to it that kind of adds to the mess that would be a real rocky outcrop, with a bit of grass and moss growing up into it. So I mean, the overlaps are nice. It doesn't mean that I don't need to worry all that much about the way the terrain looks either, because the rougher it gets, the more rocky it actually looks. So it's just my way of fixing bad terrain, I guess. Because the terrain in this area, I'm sure in real life you'd be able to get most vehicles up it reasonably easy, but in farm sim maybe not so much. So this is the first really big thing that I'm doing that's just taking this map away from what is really around here. Because there's no big rocky cliffs in this area at all, unless you go way up the mountains. I'm gonna have to figure a way to get the field back from the rocky edge as well. So like if I were to do something like this, just say that's gonna be the edge of the field. Anything above that is just gonna be rocky outcrop. So then I can throw some grass and stuff onto the rocks up here. So I paint in a small bit extra rock down here and just make it look extra patchy down at the bottom, because that's where most of the grass will be growing, because over time the dirt will have slid down to the bottom, etc. And it's just by adding in small bits of extra texture like this, you can kind of write your own story about what's going on with the ground in this specific area. Like up top they would have dumped a load of topsoil and stuff like that, so it wouldn't be as rocky. They would have put topsoil on top of the rocks to let the roads sit in, so it wouldn't be as rocky. I'll say even over here there'll be little patches of rock coming up, because kind of towards the edge of the outcrop. That kind of... How does this look from a distance? Oh, that looks actually quite good. Let's just throw some more rock into this area here. That would realistically be the rockiest, and that would be... Yeah. that actually looks really good to my eyes. Feel free to give your own opinions on that. Because I would like second opinions on some of these decisions that I'm having to make. The map looks awesome, keep it up, buddy, just as I asked for opinions. I'm having to make some small changes to what I'd planned due to terrain issues, but I think it's actually kind of improving the map a small bit. It looks nice, that's kind of what I hope to hear. Because now if I pull down on this area, it actually stretches the rocks out. The what is now a rocky outcrop. Have I done something stupid and actually created a big hill now that I can't? Yes. This is all just to make the map more playable. Just to make this area more farm sim friendly. To put it in the only way that really works. So I don't mind having hills and fields, it's just that one hill is too extreme for farm sim, I think. I'm gonna have to kind of tone it down over. Oh, that's the wrong bush. Just tone it down over here as well. Just see how it looks. This is the first really major change I've decided to make to the map, so first major big plans. Have I accidentally put some field in over here that I didn't mean to? Yes, I did. Let's take that away for now. Go back up here and just do some smoothing. Or some... yeah, I guess it is smoothing. Where will I first publish this map? FSUK. Releasing it to FSUK, I don't know if they'll, publish it. Or I'll be trying to get it on FSUK, but their map testing procedures are so terrible that I really don't know what they'll do with it. Because I've seen some very, very questionable maps get gold standard of late, and that kind of puts questions about that. It still looks very steep. It's just the angle I'm looking from. Kind of on the borderline now, I think. I think that's kind of borderline of what is possible within the game. Give it a weird outline along here because I'm trying to avoid the rocks and whatnot. Just push this back a bit as well. Forward. A few rocks there, a few rocks there. Just kind of have dotting rocks there. But just connect the dots here now. Smooth out a small bit. Push that back a small bit more, actually. There we go, that's... Woo! That's better. Still think this side might be a bit too... maybe a bit too extreme. have a look from here. Yeah, it's still too extreme on this side. So let's just do some cutting. Whoops. Okay, let's see how this looks now. Yeah, let's do smooth now, and hopefully that'll just knock it down a small bit. That's the intention, at least. It's kind of working, but not as much as I'd like. Let's take a big cut out here. Let's see how big that cut is. Woo! That's not what I had intended, but that kind of works. Okay. So now I go for a big smooth brush, and we'll just do some very heavy smoothing there. Get lighter along here. Okay, let's see how this looks now. See, what I've done now is I've created more problems for myself, haven't I? Because now that's completely unplayable, this hole here. Let's try and smooth this a bit. Okay. Still too much. Well, I'm essentially guessing what is and isn't playable, or what isn't going to be playable based on looking at other maps in game. That's why I'm scooting down to ground level ever so often. That's still unplayable. This up here. Also, I've broken the roadway. I've broken the lane right here, so let's just fix this real quick. Having areas in the field that are not usable is actually not very realistic for this area, believe it or not, Summer. This area has some of the best ground in Ireland, and it's mainly used for grass, but it's actually rather smooth ground around here. So having big hills like this isn't actually realistic in the slightest, which is why I'm kind of cutting at them a bit. While the real fields will be quite hilly, farm sim physics takes over in the game and does cause issues. Plus, it's kind of nice to have a bit of scenery where there's a big cliff in the middle of the map somewhere. I think where I'm putting it is kind of a good spot for something a bit dramatic, which is what the cliff is kind of aimed to be. That still looks too steep. Around your area, it's common to have rocky areas and fields. In Montana, yeah, but here it's really not. I mean, in some parts of the country, yeah, but not here specifically. Any rocky areas are usually Viking ruins of some description, or medieval ruins of some description. Because Ireland is such an agriculture-heavy country, the rocks have kind of been taken out of the ground already. Anywhere that is rocky around here is a quarry. So it's specifically used for rocks. So it kind of looks like I'm gonna have to build some sort of retaining wall for this area here. It's not gonna work otherwise. It's not going ideally, I must admit. Sometimes think the main crop of the area is rocks. Could be, Summer. Could be. But the rocks around here are very soft, so they erode very quickly. Which is why there's not that many in fields. Is if they get turned up, a plough will dig them up. The farmer will get rid of them, and they'll be gone within 10-15 years entirely. Because it's all soft stones around here, or relatively soft stone at least. The ground here is relatively peaty. I'm gonna say it's kind of, it's not a peat bog as such, but there are areas that have turned to bogland around here. I need to I might need to end the stream early. One of my fingers is actually really sore. What's going on? Yeah, this finger is really just starting to act up. I'm not sure why, I'm just kind of pulling at it to try and get it to relocate or whatever's wrong with it. I just realised I was showing that on the webcam. I'm not going to do that just in case it does something really nasty. There we go. I don't know if you can hear that. My finger slightly dislocated itself. So, that's a thing. Kind of waiting for to see like an ooh in chat or something. Yeah, there was quite a loud pop that I heard, and now my finger's fine again. So it kind of dislocated itself a small bit. Explains why it looks swollen as well. It's actually very swollen. Yeah, it was dislocated for a while and I didn't notice. Sorry to hear that. I'm fine now, Summer. I popped it back into position. I mean, I can continue now. It's back in position. It's fine. It's not sore anymore. Why is that finger cracking now? Gotta fix this finger too. Okay, that finger's just gonna be wonky. Yeah, I fixed it. I'm good now. I'm good to continue. How's that for understating a problem? Something's wrong with my finger. I best try and fix it and just pull at it for a while. I just hear it out pop, but oh, turns out it was ever so slightly dislocated. I'm fine now. I can continue. I was wondering why it was so sore all of a sudden. Not entirely sure how I managed that, but it's a thing that happened. I'm not even sure if it was dislocated or if it's just a particularly large air pocket needed to be released from the joint. But there was definitely something funky and there was a loud pop. But it's all good now. The stream continues if nothing happened. Mostly. Still a bit sore. It's not like excruciating pain. Ow, 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 I can't do a damn thing now. It's like, oh, this isn't exactly comfortable. I'll have a good look at my finger after the stream and see if there is actually any damage done that I should be concerned about. So if I'm not streaming tomorrow, well, you best stop checking Twitter to see what the plan for tomorrow is actually. At this point. At this point I'm streaming. Things may change. I really need to set myself as away on Steam. Your friends list. Offline. That should stop all the notifications on Steam. Please don't add any of my actual friends or my Steam friends on Steam because some of them are in real life friends, and actually most of them are randoms, but one or two are real life friends and people that I know, and they wouldn't particularly appreciate getting like 5 people are watching right now. Hello, the 5 people who saw me like a couple of minutes ago. It looks like the stream actually got more viewers when I was fixing my finger. Because I had stream health open because YouTube's screaming at me that there's something wrong with the stream. You've been working all day tomorrow, so you won't be able to watch. That's fine, Summer. I'll make sure there's a VOD that has monetization on and stuff like that. Speaking of which, I forgot to monetize yesterday's VOD. Oops. If I stream, if I'm able to stream, I'll stream. If not, you won't miss much. But knowing you'll probably watch the VOD anyway tomorrow. Because where did I leave off in Fallout? I was headed to the Super Duper Mart, I think. So I'm gonna do as many quests as I possibly can in that playthrough of Fallout 3, by the way. So it's gonna be it's not gonna be just get to the end of the game as quickly as possible, but you know, only doing the essential quests and stuff. No, I'm gonna do as many quests as I can, and then once I'm officially finished the game, Broken Steel, etc., I will just go and murder everybody. That's going to be the grand finale of Fallout 3, is everybody in the Capital Wasteland will die. Over the course of probably a few days, a few weeks. I'll murder absolutely everyone. Including in the DLC areas. I mean, come on, you're the Lone Wanderer in Fallout 3, yeah, and you know it doesn't make sense that the Lone Wanderer has saved the world and now everybody is safe and fine, and oh, never mind, the Lone Wanderer's gone on a killing spree. Yeah, it's just the storyline is kind of asking for it. The Lone Wanderer saved everyone, so he or she can kill everyone anyway. In my case, it'll be she, because I made Davina. Did you watch the last Fallout stream, Summer? Because I know you weren't there. You couldn't make it to it. Or could you? I can't remember. I have such a terrible memory. It's amazing that I do anything vaguely productive because I keep forgetting everything ever. You watched it. What do you think of Davina's wonderful looks? Because that tickles me so much the way she looks. And that's how I make most characters. It's like I can do serious things with really stupid people, really stupid looking people at least. My character ethos is create somebody who might very well have a backstory behind them that I can make up on the fly. And I can roleplay as that person once I come up with their backstory. I know Fallout 3 you're supposed to have, they literally write the entire backstory for you, but I don't like the Fallout 3 backstory, so I'll probably end up coming up with my own. Because I don't like games where it's like, oh, here's your backstory. Now roleplay as this person. No. I'm gonna retcon some Fallout 3 stuff. Specifically for Davina. Have I done my own backstory yet? Like made one for Davina? No, not yet. Or one for like me as a character. the Rainbowdave character. I don't know how to. I don't know what kind of backstory Rainbowdave has. It's probably weird. You got a name like Rainbowdave, you're gonna be a bit weird, and you're gonna have a weird as hell story behind that. Oh, there's. But I haven't come up with a backstory for Davina quite yet. I'm going to leave the gameplay out a bit and see what kind of playstyle I adopt with her. And we'll come up with a backstory from there. Because often the backstory is born of the playstyle that I adopt with any given character. For example, I had one in Star Wars Online that was somewhat serious and just a bit mental at times. Was the playstyle I was using, so it was kind of. I came up with the whole. It was a failed genetics experiment that caused some mental issues, which kind of explained away the. Yeah, kind of Deadpool-y issue, Deadpool style, where. Well, Deadpool was created, according to the movie, to the new Deadpool movie. It's already known what the backstory of Deadpool is Wade was trying to get his cancer cured, and it kind of went awry, and he became Deadpool. But according to the X-Men style lore, Deadpool was trying to create the ultimate mutant. And that failed and created Deadpool. But I prefer the kind of false love story thing that the Deadpool movie was doing. Seeing as releasing, when's it releasing? What date is it today? It's releasing Thursday? It's a very odd day to bring out a movie. It's not releasing Thursday, it's releasing Friday. Oh, Wednesday. Thought today was Sunday. Oh, my computer's jammed again. Come on. There we go. Ooh. Something's really wonky with my computer at times. There we go. You can see the jams on the stream. That's lovely. Those skips weren't lag. That was actually my computer jamming up entirely. I thought today was Sunday for some reason. What's gonna have to kind of do, I'll just kind of smooth this, do some sort of smooth transition between this and this, like that. Smooth that a bit, like that. It doesn't need to be perfect right now, because I'm putting in hedging yet. Doesn't need to be perfect, dude. You can stop playing with it. Stop playing with it, thank you. Oh, but this isn't right. This isn't right down here. Oh, no. I'm literally spending an entire hour playing with fields that I'm going to be changing later anyway. Yes, I am. Why am I doing this? I don't know. Why do I have that so far back? I don't know. Scoot this back up. Like that. There we go. There we go, that's much better. I don't have OBS open, so I don't know if you guys can actually hear me or something, or not. Hopefully everything's still running well on the stream, because I can't see OBS, which means I have no idea how the stream is running, which is nice, I guess. Means you guys just get me looking over at chat instead of constantly staring at OBS. So I guess in that sense it's going better than usual. It's running fine. I can kind of see that. I've got the live page open. That's how I'm reading chat. YouTube's still spazzing and saying my video is broken, which it's not. I can see that it's not. Kind of forgot that I streamed at 720p 60 though. By default it's 720p 60 for me. Well, that's what I've set it up as. So if you can handle it, try and handle it. It's really nice being able to do 60 FPS, and that's probably the reason YouTube's like, what is going on? It's probably because OBS has decided to revert to 30 FPS or something. Let's check. Is that running 30 FPS? Doesn't say. Okay. Something's probably running 30 FPS and YouTube's being spazzy about it. That is a really nice shaped field. I like the weirdness of it all. So where exactly was I working today? I was up over here. How did I manage to get that distracted that I went all the way down here? Let's just give this a quick scoot over like that. That's what I was supposed to be doing. So let's just do this relatively quickly. Because I want to try and move on to another section of road now. I'm gonna have to take a break in a minute. we're almost at the top of the hour. Well, we actually are just after the top of the hour. So it's almost break time once again. So you guys can go get a few seconds snack or something. Okay, so that's that area done. I'm kind of locked in, I guess. That's leading up to the thing. Is there anywhere further this way that I need to do? That's going over a bridge. That's leading up around over a bridge. That's going over a bridge over there. So no, the answer is I need to come back over here again. It looks like after this section here, this is going to be the line we're working on today. How do you set ownership of fields that are not square? I'm yet to figure that out, Summer. I'll be quite honest. I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do field boundaries. I believe there's a way to make them really funky looking, but I need to find it. But that's all going to be once the once I have all the fields in and all the buildings in, kind of finishing up on the map, getting ready to take the PDA picture. That's when I'm going to be doing that. Not quite sure what's going in there, but there's something going in there apparently. So what I'm going to do before I start on this this line along here is I'm going to take another break and play an ad and just check on a few things. So I'm going to swap to this, play an ad, and turn off my mic real quick. Alright, there we go. I just wanted to check my emails and Twitter and stuff. So, let's get back to work here. YouTube's still under the impression that I've broken the stream somehow, by the way. Just for anybody keeping track of that nonsense. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, YouTube is claiming that I've got major issues with my stream. Because I'm using Giant's Editor essentially. And it's almost nothing but a static image that works so slowly in this thing. So YouTube's spazzing out and claiming there's big problems when in fact it's just Giant's Editor being Giant's Editor. And I'm kind of laughing at it. And we want grass now, not rock. Didn't actually go anywhere somewhere. I just wanted to use the monitor that I've currently got. This monitor, the one that Giant's Editor is running, and I needed to use that to check my emails. So I had to put away the AFK screen. I should really have turned on my light when I was doing that, shouldn't I? I'm gonna do that real quick. There you go. Now I can see. I know you guys probably didn't have much. Well, I could see you guys didn't have much of an issue seeing. I did though. Much news happened. And I was just telling me France beat Italy. Something that I knew a while ago. No, don't, David. Me and my fat fingers, I almost started playing a YouTube video on my phone. So I'm gonna do it real quick, so I'm just gonna smooth out this little area here and just see if I can get a somewhat coherent plan for the road together, just from smoothing this a bit. Okay, that's mostly flat. That's mostly flat, so I can get away with. I don't need special parts. Don't particularly need slopes at the present time. If I do 10 meters straight, which is okay. So if I Control Shift copy, Control Shift paste, I'll put it there, and just hit minus 71.46. That's exactly what I want to do. I need to clear the notifications on my phone so that I know if something happens from this point onwards. Lovely. Last week 12 said. I was wondering why I just shut off. So that's. It looks like there's a bit of an overlap going on there. Nope, that was pretty much perfect. Straight away. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Let's keep going with this. And time to get back to it. Alright, Summer, see ya. Thanks for showing up. You know, I'm just doing this to entertain myself and keep myself interested in this map, because otherwise I would have given up long ago. I'm one of these people who has to be doing something else while working on something that isn't exactly the most entertaining. That's why I'm streaming and normally recording or something when I'm working on Duneske. And having the chat there and just being able to chat and talk to you guys means that I can keep this going longer than I would have otherwise. I mean, I'd never have gotten this far if it wasn't for the fact that I've got you guys watching normally, or you know, talking over it, or rather regularly when I was doing the 2-hour time lapse majigs with the I had YouTube videos playing, which is why there were occasional sections where I was just the mouse flew off screen, did something off on the other screen. That was me changing videos. Just to entertain myself. So now that I'm streaming, you know, I can't watch videos, but I can sure as hell talk to you guys. I do encourage you guys to talk to me. That's the entire point of streaming Duneske. Just have chats so that I can chill and chat with you guys. So don't be afraid if you're new here to say hello. Even if you're normally a lurker, I don't have chat on screen. I'll only really mention you by name if you're a regular at this point, because I know there's all my regulars have probably run off somewhere to do their own things, which is kind of fine. I think Fahy's still around somewhere. He's hiding. Connor's run away. Don't know where to. I'll have to check up on him after the stream. Oh god, I've made a mess. Just clean up the mess here very quickly. There we go. That's not quite right there. That's better. As far as set the equalizer on Fubar 2000 to actually equalize the music, which it's most definitely not doing. It's really quite unhelpful. So, why is this not working properly? Come on. There we go. No, I haven't forgotten that I'm streaming, guys, just so you know. I'm just gone quiet. Just enjoying a bit of quiet time with the music. I I don't have to be all talk all the time. Especially seeing as you guys have gone quiet, my finger is acting up again. I might actually have to end the stream early if this keeps up. I mean, I can keep. I'm gonna finish the stream at 7. That's the plan. Although my finger keeps doing what it's doing, that's actually quite painful. That's kind of fixed it. I think it keeps doing what it's been doing for the past hour or so. I will most likely have to end the stream a bit earlier than I plan. So it'll be a lot shorter than I planned the stream to be. I know the streams have been getting a bit more chaotic in times, in terms of starting time recently. It's mainly because my sleeping pattern has been kind of really out of whack recently. Mainly through trying to help people, trying to help friends out, and yeah, somewhat unintentionally knocking sleeping pattern out of whack, or trying to do some work for the stream and losing track of time entirely, and working in Google Doc until like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I did it on Thursday night. So my Friday stream was later than I'd wanted. Well, yesterday's stream, I guess. The Project Cars stream yesterday was later than I wanted because I had stayed up far too long taking down the names of all the cars in Project Cars into a notebook. And then, because it was easier for me to write them down onto a scrap of paper and then put them into the Google Doc later, I stood up half the night writing them and then realised, oh crap, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, I should be getting to bed. And that kind of screwed me up for Friday. And then last night I was helping a friend who had some issues. At like 3 o'clock in the morning they texted me saying, hey, I've got some issues, help. I stayed up until like 4 doing that, 4 or 5. Which again, I've said it before, I'll say it again, friends to me are more important than literally anything else. So if there comes a point where a friend says, hey, I need you to do this, but it'll mean you can't stream today, give me no stream. Because I can stream most days, but I can't always help my friends. I got so few friends that it's kind of important to me that they're all as happy as they can be. In the long term, I mean, short term they're gonna have to hurt themselves from time to time to increase their odds of long-term happiness. And I don't like giving them advice that means, hey, you're gonna have to dump your partner or whatever. They're bad for you. They're not being good to you. They're not helping you at all mentally, and you've just been upset since you got with them. You're probably better off without them. So yeah, that's all of the things. I kind of knocked myself over here, haven't I? Because now all of a sudden there's a bit of a slope here and you kind of plonk down the very top of the road here. Have a look down at what's going on. I'm going to give a swoop down and then a second swoop down later on. That's kind of fine actually. I don't mind that. So, slopes lane, 30 meters, minus 10. Control shift copy. Control shift paste. Control shift copy. Control shift paste. I think minus 10 might be a bit too aggressive. But only if it was placed there. Minus 10 is maybe not aggressive enough, good lord. Just get this into the right spot and we'll be able to make a final call on this. Is this aggressive enough or not aggressive enough? They're essentially the two options here, but because we're starting off quite high, it does kind of look like it is aggressive enough, and then we'll be able to counteract the second bumpy bit, but we'd have to do otherwise by throwing in a second 10 degree slope, because I want all of these slopes as much as possible to... Oh, is the clip distance set right? Yes. As much as possible I want the slopes to end at a logical... Well, on a flat. There is one over there that doesn't. Well, that's because I just kind of gave up on it and said no, so I'm going to cheese the way into the field. This one I think is linking up with several fields. In fact, it's linking up with this field, that field, and that field down there. So I could cheese this down and just say, oh well, I'll just draw it in dirt or gravel or whatever. But no, I'm not going to do that. Mainly because it just strikes me as lazy. Yes, it's the easier option. But why should you take the easier option all the time? If you did that, the easiest option would be to not make a map at all, and then you'd be getting nowhere. My voice has suddenly gone very deep, hasn't it? I think my voice is starting to go. This... Hello and welcome to Rainbowdave. Don't quite know why I've got the full radio announcer voice going on right now, but I ain't gonna complain. I ain't gonna complain about having that deep radio announcer voice, because it just kind of means hopefully you guys are hearing me a bit more clearly than usual. That sounds better, hopefully. Does mean that my voice is starting to go though, which maybe not the best thing in the world, but it's a thing nonetheless. Now go back. Go up, you go down a bit. Just kind of get roughly there. Now what's going on here? I'll have to do this. And smooth that there. Still nobody in chat. Don't be afraid to chat, guys. I don't bite. I might make fun of you, but I don't bite. And please take note that anything I say is mainly, unless it's nice to you, you normally ingest. Anything mean I say is a joke. And I hope people can take jokes in here. I'm not going to be flat out insulting if I can avoid it. But if I say something mean, it's a joke. It's not intended to insult. That's why I make fun of Connor so much. Is he knows me well enough to know that most of the things I say are joking. Especially when I call him a creep, because, well, he is a creep. You know what I mean. Didn't burp, by the way, that was just me saying, my voice decided to crack like mad. Oh, good lord. My voice is actually going. I'm going to have a drink. Water. should help the situation. I've already got a cup. Has that fixed? That's kind of fixed it. And I'll worry more later on when I lose my voice entirely. It is a risk I'm running because I've gone from like talking 2 to 3 hours a week to talking 2 to 3 hours a day. And I rarely talk other than when I'm streaming or making videos, I guess. But I don't really record videos all that much. What I have been doing secretly is I've been downloading the raw stream files from YouTube. What I'm planning on doing is someday when I have time, I'm going to try and have to make some sort of schedule to make time, is I'm going to try and start editing together highlights where I essentially get the funny moments from the streams, if there are any, and you know, moments where I look particularly stupid, moments where I look particularly smart and whatnot, and throw them all together into highlights videos, and I'm going to try to do them whenever I can. I'm going to try and get them to be about 10 minutes long or thereabouts. Hopefully this is all taken. It should, in theory, be just taken from the one folder because I got several folders of music. This has only occurred to me now. Should only be taken from the one folder because I got the Fallout music folder. I got all the Jazzy and Comptech songs because they're more fitting to the Capital Wasteland. I got a couple of, I've got this mixed bag that I play today. And then I've got a whole bunch of Epidemic Sound songs, and I'm not sure how YouTube Gaming treats them, or YouTube Live, which is why I'm kind of avoiding them. Like the plague, in fact. Just because I don't trust Content ID at all. Breaking an egg with a sledgehammer comes to mind with Content ID. It does what it does what it's supposed to, but it's way too aggressive, way over the top for what it realistically needs to do. Is just flag up, hey, this is a thing. Just bring it to the attention of the copyright owner instead of just flat out going, hey, your video has copyrighted material, you cannot earn anything from it now. Or at least give a fair amount of revenue. If it decides Content ID match nonsense. 1% of your video has been detected to have copyrighted content, therefore 1% of your ad revenue will go to the copyright owner. I think even people who only ever do things fair use will say, actually, that's perfectly fine. Movie reviewers, of course, will have movie and music reviewers will need they'd still need to get 100% of the revenue because their entire job is view movies fairly and stuff like that. I'm kind of surprised that today's stream isn't going wonky because weekends tend to have I hope I'm not being rude to anybody in chat by saying this. Anybody in anybody watching. weekends tend to bring out the weirdos. I've noticed. Like when I'm watching streams, I usually find that Saturdays and Sundays have chat goes a bit weird. Particularly Sundays, so I'm kind of dreading tomorrow's stream ever so secretly. But last Saturday I had a bit of a weird one. 20 minutes left. Yeah, I'm gonna actually end the stream here because I'm getting tired. My finger is really actually, yeah, it's swollen up like a balloon, and I need to figure out what's going wrong with it. So I'm gonna end the stream here for, I guess, medical reasons, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So until then, stay safe. Remember, tomorrow's Fallout 4, Fallout 3, not Fallout 4. Tomorrow's Fallout 3. Hopefully, if I have a hand tomorrow. Tomorrow's Fallout 3. Monday is Big Farm. Tuesday is Nuston Farm. Wednesday is American Truck Simulator. Thursday is Nuston Farm again. And Friday is Project Hell, where I drive every car in Project Cars around the Nürburgring one at a time, and it's going slowly but surely. And of course today has been working on Nuston, or on Duneske. So until next time, stay safe and goodbye, and I'm going to have a 5-minute countdown for the end of the stream. And Farming Donkey has just arrived at the exact wrong time because the stream is ending. Sorry, Farming, or sorry, Donkey, but I need to stop streaming now. So I'll see you guys next time you show up, whenever that is. I do try and stream daily, about 2 to 3 p.m, 2 to 4 p.m. GMT, start and finish at about 6 to 7. Why you? I'm not ending because of you or despite you. It's just I need to finish because my fingers after going really weird and it's really swelling up. Nothing personal, Donkey. Just bad timing. I really hate when I do that. Just show up to a stream, it's like, okay, bye. Oh. So I'm gonna leave you with a 5-minute countdown. At the end of 5 minutes, I will stop the stream.